Hello, it's Leah, the Mod Maid. I've got a haul of a lot of scrapbook brands. Let's see, today we've got Simple Stories, we've got Echo Park, we've got Waffle Flower, we've got Elizabeth Crafts, we've got scrapbook.com. Oh my goodness, Spellbinders. It's crazy. It's partially birthday presents. So I'm so grateful to my friends who have got me so many crafty goodies, but I indulged in some craft goodies also. So we better get started. It's just sounding pretty crazy here. I love showing cards from my friends and how amazingly talented they are. This is my friend Leslie. I forgot to ask her. She dies on the outside. They're like heart balloons. And if you can see, there's the little, the lines for the basket. And if you guys have been watching any of my videos, you know that I love hot air balloons. So love and hot air balloons. And then this is made by my friend Monique. These are my two crafty gals. I've met others, of course, but these are the two I got gifts from. Look how beautiful this is. Again, you just gotta love that stitch look that's through a die. And then we've got a definition. Is there anything? No, it's mostly outside. And I know that she had a pink one she was making too. And then this is a shaker card of St. Patrick's Day. Isn't that cute? I try to make shakers. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. It seems like the easiest thing to do, but whenever I try it, I make a mess. But, I love getting cards. So thank you, ladies. Not sure where to start this. So let's see. I'm just going to show you stuff and we'll go from there. Here is, and like I said, many of these were birthday gifts. I don't think it matters in our haul whether they were gifts or not, but by chance, I'm showing you gifts first. This is Roller Disco Dottie. Isn't she adorable? We got a Dalmatian on little roller skates. It's not too small. It's a little small. If I put the boots on him, but then you put the rollers, it won't be too bad. Isn't that so cute from Spellbinders? Next up, I do a lot of rock and roll trips. So here are some stickers for you never really see the lighting. That's a different sticker than you normally see. This is by a Little Birdie. I think I've seen that this brand, Little Birdie, is on, the officesupply.com. Pretty sure I've seen that lately. I like it. They're puffy and they've got a little bit of glitter to them. Yeah, I don't usually see, what do you want to say, the lighting. I know there's a word, but I can't come up with it. Here is good old Jolie's. Look at that. Look at these beautiful balloons. Yeah, I'm all about balloons this year. In fact, I need to find like a local balloon fest because I got all this balloon stuff. I gotta go get some pictures, right? And then also for my birthday, I got this nested stitched scallop frames. I buy a lot of frames because I do a lot of books and framing pictures. So I like that these, particularly, we all have nested frames, which probably means I could make a, shaker. But point being, I like that nested frames have the smaller dies. So like this would be an average size maybe for one of my mini albums. So those were lovely gifts. My friend Kim gave me an awesome gift. What's really funny is if you've been doing this a long time, you know that this is by far not new. These are from Seven Gypsies. Rest in peace. They were so good. They had such good stuff. Meaning it's an old brand if you'd ever never heard of them. But she gave me all these old tickets. Some of them are plain, which is so fun because you can just use all your stamps. And then some of them are already, these are just as fun a gift as anything brand new, because you can't find these puppies anymore, so thank you, Kim. These two, I think I had these years ago. I haven't seen them. I doubt. But, you can just circle the dates you're gone. Love it. Great gift. Let's see. Next up, let's go. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go here. Sorry. I have been watching for this particular collection to come out. You've probably seen it maybe on some other hauls. And sorry, I'm not going to take them all out because I need to have a container to put them in, and I don't at the moment. But this is Simple Vintage Lavender Fields, and this is the journal bits. I didn't buy all of the different things, but I did buy the journal bits. So hopefully, sorry for too much glare, but a lot of places to journal on, and some words: sunny days and happiness and enjoy the moment, sweet life, grateful. These are going to be nice for making books, and these are sort of iridescent, the enamel dots that match it. So those two pieces, and then let's see, also with Simple Vintage Lavender Fields is the 6x8. So if you haven't seen this, the usual, I don't have it open either. I hate when I do that. Okay, let's look at the 6x8 so you can enjoy it, bloom and be happy. Now I've probably said, oh, they're nice. They're double-sided. Okay. Bees kind of drive me insane, and I know bees are beloved in the scrapping world. This isn't bothering me too much. I think it just in general, if I go to a picnic, a bee is a pain in the neck. I don't know. But I know lots of people who raise bees, and I know how much they bring to our environment, so I'm not going to complain about bees so much. And I know a couple of other ladies, like Jen Strawberry Cream, she mentioned this is black, and that is true, that they don't use black background that often. They had this in their solid colors. It's really hard to see, but it looks like the lavender, sort of like, two-tone. This is gorgeous, and I got this in the big size too. It does have lines, so you can actually write on it. Almost looks like Napa Valley or something. I hear there's a Lavender Fest here in Michigan. I'm not going to say for sure I'm going to get there, but gorgeous. Again, looking out at some beautiful mountains. It says under here, sweet little moments. And there is it's coming apart. That bugs the heck out of me. I think it bugs you guys too. Here's our honeycomb. Here's more of the honey. I like the idea that the stems of lavender are in the honey. Here's more lavender stems. And there's sort of that background that they have in the 12x12 paper also. I had that in my stack and then I put it back, just because I tend more towards the smaller paper. There's some bees, and here's the tags. Of course, the smaller tags. Sweet as honey. Life is sweet with you. The bicycle. Just beautiful. And there's the black with it. And then I forgot to get this in the larger size. I'll probably go back and get the larger size. They kind of look like Polaroids, but then they look like, you know, we're just going to call it Napa Valley, right? There's the purple with the lavender. And here's some of those journaling cut-aparts. I might have forgotten to get this piece, too. I had more of it. I had the whole 12 by 12 kit with the stickers, and I just kind of reeled myself in and said, Leah, you just don't use enough 12 by 12 anymore. So I don't know. I was kind of proud of myself, but now I'm looking at it going, why didn't I get that 12 by 12? Look at it with the hat. Just love it. Right? Beautiful. Happy. Oh, keep shining bright. The bicycle with happiness. I did find a bicycle. If I get that puppy all together, I'll have some pictures. And then more of lavender and a sort of wreath looking. So that is the smaller version of Simple Vintage Lavender. And I did buy some large size. We might have to wait on that. I might have to dig it out, okay? So, more to come. Sorry. Not quite as organized as one could be. Now, another one that I've been waiting to come out is from Echo Park. And this is called Craft Room. So, here's the ephemera. And here's the frames and tags, and they don't nearly give you quite as much, but we've got the frames, and you know, I'll combine these together. But I do wish Echo Park would maybe put out a little more than 34. So here's the ephemera pack. Listen, if you guys commented, hey, Leah, I want to see all of those, of course I would, but I prefer to have my packaging ready to throw them in, right? To toss them in. All right, so here is, again, the smaller pad. And let me get that open. Sorry. Here we go. Here is the craft room pad. Let's see what we got going on here. So here's scrapbooking. Somebody pointed out that they have the old ATG gun, and they don't make these anymore. I had one for years, but then at the pandemic, I couldn't find the tape anymore. But this is sort of the scrapbooking page. I like that it has the Tim Holtz sort of looking tiny, what does he call it? The tiny, it's right here. The paper has this on it. Doesn't take much to amuse us, right? Here's some pink with scissors. And let's see. Craft out stories. Memory keeping. Life is a work in progress. This says, craft your heart out. Aw. Let's create. I can't quite tell what those are. This is the glue gun. Some stripes. Here's the camera with the pictures. Some more really tiny. Capture, craft, cherish. Made with heart. Crafting a legacy. Live a colorful life. Doesn't have to be about your craft room. There's some hearts. There's stripes. Very pretty colors. Very bright. Very pink. Some flowers. This just is a bunch of ink pads. That's pretty funny. Just says ink. There's some yellow. Here's some nice just tags to write on. And gingham. Gotta love some washi tape. Oops. Blue, a flower. They kind of mix in. Echo Park's got, you know, we've just got some flowers in here. Hello Creativity. There's that ATG gun. I'm not sure if I'm sad I don't have mine. The kind of the smaller one now. But I guess they're no longer. Life is better when it's colorful. These are going to be handy. Here is Craft Out Stories with a paintbrush. And there's pens on this one. Let's see what else we got. Then it starts over. Okay. So that is the new craft room pad. I have to say, anytime they make craft stuff, I'm like, I'm in. Okay. We'll get to the 12 by 12 stuff. I think this is the only Waffle Flower I got. Waffle Flower's got a lot of new releases, and they're baking goodies, and they're so cute. There's one that's got like oven mitts, and one that's for the postage stamps, but they start getting expensive. So I have to admit, I pared down, and I wanted the pastry collaging, or the pastry piping bag so bad. I just went for this. You'd be surprised. I don't have a ton of like happy birthday, HB, Make-A-Wish. I don't have a ton of happy birthday stamps. I probably used to, but hello, sweet friend. I'm going to make this work with some other things. But this was my only Waffle Flower purchase. I bought that for myself. One of my friends went on Elizabeth Crafts, and, you know, I have often thought that Elizabeth Craft Designs is probably the way I should go with my wanting to do smaller books. And I know they make dies, so she got me their sidekick, and she got me some dies for it. Now I'm probably going to be looking for some more dies and some more books, because what better way to make a smaller, you know, like a Hobiachi, or a smaller version of scrapbooking is kind of what I do, I guess, you know, than using these. So I'm excited to get started with this, and I must have told her, because she told me they were having a sale, and she got me this one. I don't know a ton about Elizabeth Crafts, but I know they have a few designers, and they make the dies that then therefore fit into the book. So this is a very cool little pocket one. And then this fits into that book also. So these are sidekick dies. I'm sure I can probably go on like eBay or whatever and find some more of the sidekick dies. If I can find some more books, because I guess, I don't know, I'm learning, but maybe they don't have this size anymore. But as you can see, you can die cut this. These are your own pockets, and you can die cut your own pages. So it really makes sense for me in making sort of like, it's like junk journaling, but then you're making your own pages. I love the idea. I love this die, particular because you guys know I've been collecting the sea stuff. This is going to work for like netting, but then this is cool because it kind of goes with, you know, these, I don't know, rocks or stones. It's just neat. And then here's some pages. I'm thinking I'm going to need some more of the photo pocket pages also. So this is just a nice start. And she did get me this stamp because we are doing, you know, all of these brands are coming out with the postage stamp stuff. It's all the rage. Look at this, says Exit by the Sea, and it says Canada, and this one says Quebec. So much of my travel is Canada. Sorry for the glare. So like destination, holiday, boarding, good life. Even like I was telling you guys, I can never find train stuff. And here's the boarding. Oh, it's just, so excited. So excited to get started. And boy, that's not all. She got me the washi tape. She insisted that the stuff was all on good sale. But this is art scenery, and it matches. She got me some of the 12 by 12 paper. So here is abandoned papers. And you can see lots of, you know, the wood grain and the, you know, sort of crackle look printed in the Netherlands. So we got that. And then coffee dyed papers. Hey, if it's already done, you know, I mean, I've coffee dyed papers before, but what the heck. I'd rather go with stuff that's done. And then also grungy wood. So what just beautiful and wonderful gifts from my friends. I'm told I need to watch this David, although it says David, I don't know, D-E-V-I-D, Rodenberg, and check out his videos. So I got a lot of homework to do right here. So exciting. So spoiled. My friends spoiled the heck out of me. So thank you. Okay. Whew. I know the video's getting long. A couple more things. So, I've told you guys before that we win stuff sometimes when we're at our scrapbook store, Scrappy Chic. So I was a winner this week, and the win was for Echo Park's Easter basket. So here is, what a shock, Easter baskets. Isn't that cute? I know we're coming up on it pretty quick, but I won 3 pieces of the Easter basket paper. Here's a pretty light blue. This one is called Spring Floral. So there's the floral. And then the third one I already cut. So I don't know the name of it, but it was the cut aparts. So you got the chicks, and you got the basket, and cluck cluck hooray. Just really bright and pretty. I wouldn't say that necessarily I'll get Easter cards done, but just sometimes when I get these, I cut them apart. But those were the 3 pages I won from Easter is Here and Spring Has Sprung. Easter Party. So cute. So that is, I do believe, another new Echo Park collection that I won 3 pieces of. So a little sneak preview of that. All right. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I know. It was a lot. So, well, we're looking at, well, I'm opening this. I did get some more. Remember, I'm making a book. I didn't do the whole thing because we're going to need to put pictures in there, you know. So it didn't make a ton of sense to complete all of the jukeboxes, if that makes sense. But we're going to put these together and make a book. So you're watching that as it happens. Okay, now I got the last of things. First of all, also in my making, remember I got the little balloons? We'll get back to the balloons, but I did get 2 of them done. Woo, 2. Okay, so I did get some 12 by 12s of Craft Room, some of which we saw, but here's the 12 by 12s. Includes a few more things, like here's the newer electronic Cricut and needle crafts. And look at, I love the brushes. Actually, I really want those brushes. Hint, no. Well, I'll get them. And then the sewing machine, the back of this is blue. Sorry, I don't mean to rush along, but I know it's going long. Here is the sticker sheet for Craft Room, which you get a few more, like, you know, there's your sewing machine again, and there's the gun, and there's some knitting needles and a camera, just some cuties, some books. They just look like the Tim Holtz scissors, Crafting Our Stories. So you get the idea. I decided to go ahead and get the sticker page for that one. I think that was it. Okay, so that's it for Craft Room. And then back to Simple Vintage Lavender Fields. I did get some 12 by 12 size. So I did get the cut-aparts because I do love cut-aparts. And so these are going to be, you know, bigger than the cut-aparts that are in the 6 by 8. That's just got sort of a brown to it. So here's just a few of those. And then I did get the bigger size tags, because sometimes the 6 by 8 tags are small. So there's those tags. Right. And they're so good to have both sides of the tag. Sorry, I know I'm not showing these the best, but this is just to give you an idea. I got 2 of this page because I just can't. I am a purple girl. And I thought I do like both pages, but I think all right, I don't need more. Don't we always think we need more? And then I did get this one in the larger size. So this is the, you know, more to write on. I see this as a whole junk journal page with the mountains on the back. So, oh, so hard to choose. Totally random. Only got one of these. This is new Stephen Duncan. We talk about him pretty often. This is Cartabella paper. They have a new, it's called Cars. Has many, many vintage cars. And I just, boy, I wanted more of it, but I wasn't quite sure if I was going to use those things anymore. But I did love the gas pumps. So only got one piece of that. All right. And then finally, last of what I got is still Simple Vintage. I obviously really love this. Just, they don't hit me with purple enough, so I'm sorry for the movement. But I did go ahead and get the card kit. This is the first time I've bought a Simple Stories card kit. That's okay. I love this. I've got some extra. I'm sure I can make more cards with it. And sometimes you just like a simple card. This says it makes 8, but I'm sure we can work out some more out of what I got. And then you have, to me, then you have directions and you have stickers and you have the cards. And you can make them the way they say, or you can add to them. But then you have a stack of cards for when you need them. And these are just so pretty. They can be used for a quick thank you or a quick hello or even a get well soon, right? You don't have to put. Sending sunshine and smiles can be a get well card. So I got a card kit for the first time. And I will say I'm resistant to that sometimes because, I want to be creative and make my own. But you know what? I'm also going to a retreat. And sometimes when you're at a retreat, you just want a kit. So I guess I got a little crazy on the Simple Vintage Lavender Fields. I also know there's another Simple Stories coming soon. So another one of their new collections that I'm eking out about. So, and we've seen this plenty, but it was in the bag. Thanks so much for tuning in. I know I started talking fast, but I hope you saw some things you like, and maybe you can check out your local scrapbook store. Always shop local if you got one. I know not everybody has them, but much of this was from a local store. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, tell your friends that I have fun videos. I don't know, do I? I'm just a goofball. Thanks, guys. Bye.